So I literally just realized that SoFi hit $13 per share on Friday, which is just unbelievable, guys. So we have to break down the charts heading into this week and overall what I'm doing, where I see the stock going in the short term. But first, of course, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and get up to 15 stocks from Moo. Once you open up your account and fund it with at least $100, you get 5 stocks and a $30 cash reward, and fund your account at least $1,000, you get 10 more stocks, and overall your uninvested cash will earn up to 8.1% APY. Just use that link down below, guys, or go to stocksurfest.com/moo. And with that being said, cheers. Let's get right into the video. So, man, SoFi, like I said, hit $13 per share on Friday, and it pretty much uptrended all day Friday. In fact, in the pre-market, we were in the 11s. Think about that, guys. We were at $11.90 in the pre-market, and we cracked $13 the same day. We went up 9.3% on Friday, up over $1 per share. And guys, we just keep on breaking out of levels, resistance after resistance, and we're filling pretty much every gap that we've been talking about here on the channel, guys. We've been filling, right? You guys can see, like I said, we uptrended all day on Friday. On the 5-day, you guys can see all week last week, we uptrended. We actually started off the week in the 10s, which is unbelievable. So we went from $10.60 all the way to $13. That was a 21% move throughout the week last week. And that is on top of what SoFi has been doing, right? SoFi, was at $5-6 not too long ago. So it built on top of those gains. And on the 10-day 30-minute chart, now you guys can see we're fully breaking out above the highs from post earnings. If you guys remember, once the company reported earnings at the end of October, we shot to about $12 initially. Then we pulled down to $9.70 that same day. And now officially, as of, I believe, Wednesday last week, we broke out at $12. We took out the post-earnings high, and we've been building on top of that ever since. And on the 1-hour chart, you guys can see the overall uptrend. And on the 4-hour chart, obviously, now you guys can see we're officially up over 100% off the lows. We hit 586 here on the 5th of August, and now we're at $13 roughly. So we're up around 120% off the lows, which is unbelievable. And full disclosure, guys, I'm long SoFi. Average cost is $6.80 across 2 accounts. So I'm up about 90% on my position, which is just nuts saying that out loud, considering I've owned the stock for about a year, maybe less than a year at this point in time. So, yeah, man, we're crushing it. And like I said, we have filled every gap that we've talked about here on the channel. I mean, you guys remember we were talking about $11.75. That was the high from back in July of 2023. We broke out of that, filled the gap there. I was talking to you guys about $13. We're pretty much here now. I mean, if I zoom in, we can see a distinct candle here at about $13 from, when was that? February of 2022. So I guess that could be a target. I mean, we're there now, $13. Now we have to look back to levels that we were at in 2021, 2022 to compare SoFi to, right? That's how much we have gone up. It looks like here the $16 range is a big gap. We can see we were peaking out at about $16.50 back in December of 2021, up all the way until January of 2022. So, these are gaps that we could fill eventually if this momentum continues. Again, we hit $11.75. Now we hit $13. Now the next one is anywhere from, $15.50 to about $16.75, $16.50. That's where it could go if things get really hot over the coming months. I don't think that will happen in a couple of weeks per se, but man, there is a lot more upside for the stock if we're looking at the chart, the 3-year chart, the max chart, which shows the price action from 2020 till now. There's a lot more upside, no doubt. But in that same breath, in the short term here, guys, we're pretty overbought. We're pretty frothy. I don't want to say frothy in terms of the valuation per se. You can make the argument one way or another. We're not gonna get into that in this video, but just based on the chart, based on pure technical analysis, man, we're pretty overbought. RSI is screaming overbought. We haven't had a big red day in recent memory. I mean, yeah, we sold off a bit after earnings, but we recovered quite fast after that. So you could make the case that we're due for some sideways trading, for a bit of a sell-off, and I feel like we might chop around between $11.75, $12 as support, with resistance anywhere from, $13 to $13.50 maybe. This window, this gap that you guys see right here, this range, whatever you want to call it, this could be where SoFi trades in the meantime, before we decide what we want to do next, what direction we want to pick next. Because yes, there's still a lot of momentum. Obviously, we're not seeing any signs of a pullback. On the 3-year chart, the max chart, you guys can make an argument we could go a lot higher. But in the meantime, before we do that, I think we will go higher. But in the meantime, I think we might be due for a bit of a cool-off, sideways trading, a little pullback, whatever you want to call it. And that would be healthy, very healthy, in my humble opinion. What do you guys think about that? I'm actually curious. Let me know down below in the comments. And make sure to run the likes up, subscribe, and join the email list. It's completely free. I'm sending you all my top 3 stocks every Monday right to your inbox. Just use that link in the description box. Put your first name and your email address. And again, it's free. No spam, no BS, none of that. Just straight up value. Check out that link right down below. So, yeah, guys, that's a quick breakdown here on SoFi. And, man, the entire stock market has been on fire. We're heading into this week after just on Friday, we hit an all-time high on the S&P. We hit 6,000 points on the actual index, $599 here on SPY, which is the most popular, if you will, ETF that tracks the S&P. So we're actually arguably overbought across the board in the U.S. stock market. You can make that argument on these indexes. They're a bit overbought, totally, especially on the S&P and the Dow. The Dow just hit an all-time high as well. If it pulls up, come on. There we go. Dow just hit 44.2. So a bit overbought there, you could argue. Russell overbought as well. You can make that argument. Same with the NASDAQ. So, guys, you get the drift here. You get my drift. We're a bit overbought. We're hot right now. We got the news of a rate cut. Trump won the presidency. All of this is pushing SoFi higher and the stock market. And I think we will get some sideways action, a cool-off, maybe a bit of selling at some point this week even. You can make that argument. So, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. As always, I'm very curious where your head's at. Run the likes up. Don't forget to subscribe and snag up your free stocks for Moo while the deal lasts. Once you guys use that link down below and open up your account and fund it with at least $100, you get 5 stocks. And once you open up your account and fund it with at least $1,000, you get 10 more stocks. And overall, your uninvested cash for now will earn up to 8.1%. APY. And guys, if you fund your account with at least $100, like I said, you get those 5 stocks, and you also get a $30 cash reward, which is a no-brainer, guys. It's literally free money being thrown at you. So use that link down below, or go to stocksurfest.com/Mumu. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you guys in the next video.